on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throw it, blind in my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Know you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even. Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Oakland Raiders taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, very pleased to be with you. And the story, Charles, of the Oakland Raiders season, just an incredible one, really, in the East Bay. Folks not expecting much after a 4-12 season in 2018. Fans were coming to terms with saying goodbye. And then a funny thing happened. The Raiders started to win, and they did not stop.
And what a way to go out this would be. I mean, this is like storybook. This is something that you write and you put it on film, and people say, there's no chance that this could happen. Except we're witnessing it right now. Think about the great history of the Raiders in Oakland. John Madden is their head coach. Kenny the Snake Stabler, their Hall of Fame quarterback. The old man himself, Willie Brown. Remember that 75-yard interception return against Minnesota? We can still see Willie running in slow motion. He passed away a few months ago, but he'll never be forgotten in Oakland. The great Raiders of the old supporting this Raiders team now, trying to win another Super Bowl.
Meanwhile, it took until Super Bowl 52 for the Eagles to lift the Lombardi Trophy for the first time, and they are back looking for number 2 just 24 short months later.
Didn't take long, did it? Made it back to the big game, and let's be honest, we're never going to forget that first Super Bowl title. That win over the New England Patriots, the big plays that came out of that, Nick Foles playing quarterback and flinging it all over the place, the Phillies special that's turned into a statue outside of their home stadium, the Link. It's absolutely unforgettable. But now they have a chance to add to their Super Bowl collection. They want to hoist one more.
Third play here, this opening drive, as they're up against a 3rd and 5.
Let's go. Let's bring it. 7:34. It's 3 to Mike.
Throwing now is Carr. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now 4th down. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Allen on to punt as he gets this one away. Here's Jackson to return. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
Under 10, under 10, 10.
Miles Sanders, first carry of the game. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Shorty. Kill. Watch the twist. Watch the twist. Kill. Win 5-3.
From the 31, Wentz. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep over the middle. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Shotgun now for Wentz. And this time he's got the hookup. It's complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
And this may be a big early turning point in this Super Bowl. They're going to go for it on 4th down here. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Well, as a lineman, they are trained. You've got to stay close to home. If you're more than a yard downfield, they're going to toss that flag, and they did there. So on 4th down, here's Ryan Quigley now to kick this one away. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines.
Let's go. Let's go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no. Check 99. Check 99.
Now a handoff here to his running back. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
They go back to the ground, this time Jacobs. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
From Prada, rolling up. I'm in a brand new model. It'll be here tomorrow. I don't got fears or problems. Only got real ones round them. Only got. It take a week to count it. Then I'm back up. Name the place and we back up. Running these racks up. 100 meals a week after. Dying from laughter. When they come to handles, never had one. With a bad one. Made a meal today and they my last one.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up. I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it. I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up. I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down and get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you're tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Made it, kill it, and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
The young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial. Do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. Yeah. I just had to let you know. Yeah. Give me that work and I can sell it. I put it on the line like I ain't selfish, nah. The story flip if I let you tell it. Put my heart and soul in so you feel it. I ain't never faking, I'm the realest since Tupac in imprisonment, claiming his innocence. Currently, I'm the greatest rapper in the city. opening. Got them fixing up they octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash, gotta make your own decision. My word is James Bond, I stay on the mission. Coming for the top position, ain't no competition, man. Pull up in the top, it's missing, the opposition in. All that lane switching, this is what the game is in. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know. It's the young, incredible, honestly unforgettable. You a Joe like Chappelle show. This so perennial, do this for my millennials. I be murdering any flow. I just had to let you know.
Okay, Coach. Well, the road ends here. It has been a wild, often unpredictable 2019 season. And now it's time for the greatest spectacle in all of sports. Super Bowl 54 from Miami. You know, this town has played host to 10 Super Bowls in the past. And tonight, we write chapter number 11. And what a matchup we've got. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Oakland Raiders taking on the NFC champions, the Philadelphia Eagles. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis, very pleased to be with you. And the story, Charles, of the Oakland Raiders season, just an incredible one, really, in the East Bay. Folks not expecting much after a 4-12 season in 2018. Fans were coming to terms with saying goodbye. And then a funny thing happened. The Raiders started to win, and they did not stop.
And what a way to go out this would be. I mean, this is like storybook. This is something that you write and you put it on film and people say, there's no chance that this could happen, except we're witnessing it right now. Think about the great history of the Raiders in Oakland. John Madden is their head coach. Kenny the Snake Stabler, their Hall of Fame quarterback. The old man himself, Willie Brown. Remember that 75-yard interception return against Minnesota? We can still see Willie running in slow motion. He passed away a few months ago, but he'll never be forgotten in Oakland. The great Raiders of the old supporting this Raiders team now, trying to win another Super Bowl.
Meanwhile, it took until Super Bowl 52 for the Eagles to lift the Lombardi Trophy for the first time, and they are back looking for number 2 just 24 short months later.
Didn't take long, did it? Made it back to the big game, and let's be honest, we're never going to forget that first Super Bowl title. That win over the New England Patriots, the big plays that came out of that, Nick Foles playing quarterback and flinging it all over the place. The Phillies special has turned into a statue outside of their home stadium, the Link. It's absolutely unforgettable. But now they have a chance to add to their Super Bowl collection. They want to hoist one more.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wentz. Goodwin able to haul it in. He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down. So opening drive, 3rd down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out, because everyone throws it on 3rd down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a 3-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Philadelphia. With a first touchdown of this Super Bowl, and a long one at that, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Go, go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And again this time to the tailback. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Hey, box truck, box truck. 53's the mark. 53, check 53. It's our time. It's our time.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. He's got a man. It's Williams. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams, 70 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30.
At their own 31-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive, and they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He was a 1,000-yard receiver during the regular season, and that's his first catch of this Super Bowl, and he picks up the first down.
Here we go, back. 120. Let's pick up. It's our time, guys.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. Darquez Denard there to make the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
82, 40. Watch the screen. Hey, stand.
To throw is Wentz. Eluding the pressure right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, you've got a receiver here who's got 1 touchdown already in this first quarter, and they were trying to double his pleasure there, wanting to continue to go to the guys already gotten into the end zone. But good coverage to make sure that this time it fell incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Here we go. 54, Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Working from the gun, Wentz. Flushed out right. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. And they do finally get him, but he makes it all the way to the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
First and goal at the 6-yard line.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. But that's complete to Sanders. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Only a yard on the completion. It's 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. This is Jackson on the quick throw from Wentz. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Eagles have taken the lead. Elliott good with a PAT. And that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. A big play there. 73 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11. He was able to escape the pocket and get out of bounds. You like the decision-making?
I love the decision-making, and I love the execution because you just know that his eyes were darting all over the place. You know, they talk about keeping your head on a swivel, looking for the danger spots where the hits are going to come from. How about him getting all he could out of that run and then getting out of bounds?
And he told us, look, I'm a rookie. I'm waiting for the game to slip. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Miles Sanders, 34 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good as that is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Looks like he's going to get a couple here on this first down carry, and that'll make it 2nd and 8. Michael Kendricks, the linebacker, there to get him down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
93. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Here we go.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a South Florida native, Patrick Peterson.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside the quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Here we go. Squeeze! 357. 357. Go! Tight go.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
And a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
The extra point, not exactly a thing of beauty, but it does ricochet home. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
32-yard line.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff working right. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. A big play that time for the Raiders. 44 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Hey, Steve 6. Steve 6.
Watch the out. Watch the out. Check.
49. Check 49.
To throw, it's Carr. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they finally get him, but not before he reaches the 33-yard line. Wentz now on 1st down. And he's going to have the hook up to Scott. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
On 1st down, it's Sanders, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 21-yard line.
15.
On 2nd and 12, Wentz, he's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half, a 2nd one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And the Eagles able to push further out in front. Elliott on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easy. And a loose football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. And what we just saw, very, very rare. We only had 5 of those in the first 50 Super Bowls.
The biggest stage, the biggest game, and we just saw it happen again. Extraordinary.
The defense has been good, and they were good again there. Elliott good on the extra point, and the route is on here in this first half. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it, but you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Carr. Escaping the pressure right. Carr can beat you in a lot of ways. The scramble there, a perfect example as he gets the first.
A 5-yard gain on the play. And the Raider first down.
2 minutes even on the clock in the first half of Super Bowl 54. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
Tackle is made by Cameron Jordan.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got you, son. I got you.
Carr. That's complete to Richard, the running back. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
One down. Blue 80. 52 right here. 52. Express. 2. Okay, double up.
From the gun on 3rd down. Carr flush to his right. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down. Boy, a call like this, certainly tougher to make in a Super Bowl, but they'll go for it on 4th down.
Hey, Mike 52. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home. Express. 52, Mike 52. Hey, Haywood.
They do go for it. It's Carr. He's got his man. It's Williams. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Express. D, we're pretty quiet. Mike 53.
Now Carr again. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back. But that's one step in the proper direction.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. Well, he can be a load to handle off the edge, and he can do it against the pass. Sure, he can do it against the run like he did there.
And you mentioned a load. How about having to adjust to his speed as well? Because not only does he bring some pop, he brings some dash as well. A nice play on that situation.
Eluding the pressure right. Going to throw right side here. Complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll run on first down. Richard. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in the 2020 Super Bowl, Super Bowl 54. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. The never-tedious halftime show behind us, and now it's back to football as we get going again in Super Bowl 54. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on third down.
Mike, 53. 93. Mike.
From the gun, it's Carr. Going for the deep ball. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Here we go on 4th down with Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Zach Cunningham rolling in to get the sack. A gutsy decision there at this stage in the second half in their own territory, and a decision that they might regret.
Can't wait for the postmortem. You know, this post-game press conference, because the questions are going to come fast and furious about this decision, no matter how the game turns out, right? What were you thinking there? Why? Did you have a certain play call? Were you confident in your defense? Oh, yeah. Why? It's going to keep coming up.
Yeah, no matter the scoreboard, and that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Deshaun Jackson, his second touchdown of this Super Bowl, as his guys continue to pour it on.
Touchdown, Eagles. Jake Elliott on 4.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for, and this touchdown will count. Elliott good with a PAT, and the lead will swell by one more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned it to 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning to tear you up. Don't get nervous.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Give him 9 there. They still need 6 more now on 3rd down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Number 53, Mike 53. Watch QB draw. 637. Hey, alert 3.
Mike 53.
On 3rd down, Carr. Got a man, it's complete. Williams. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23.
You ain't doing nothing today.
Right there.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A gain of 6 there on 1st. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
When we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Hatch it. 618.
From the gun on 3rd down. Carr. It's complete to Williams. And he has another 1st down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 38-yard line.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation. That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down, and as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now a handoff here to his running back, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact, and it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where it came from.
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard.
Check 24.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And an alley to run. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him a 1st down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Into the red zone, it's Carr. Being chased out left. He'll find his tight end, that's Waller. Give him 9 there on the 1st down completion. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
On 2nd down now, it's Jacobs, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now Carr. to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Well, he's been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
The kick by Carlson is good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some points, but this deficit third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Eagles take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Black, come on.
On first down, it's Sanders. He's got the first down and more past midfield. Then he will finally be taken down, but how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the third quarter. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10.
74.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. From the gun, it's Wentz. Dancing to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead, but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from 5 yards out as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And maybe that was just a case of completely overlooking the guy holding the football.
It certainly felt like it, didn't it? Because on my checklist, okay, as a defender,
QB's last.
Running back, fullback, heck, jet sweeps nowadays. Before you even get to thinking about the quarterback might actually keep it.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
Bashed it.
Super toe.
Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And an alley to run. He's got daylight past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Josh Jacobs, 62 yards. And the Raiders able to get this back to within at least some measure here of respectability.
Well, I do have one word for that touchdown for you, partner. You ready?
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Just makes things look a little better. I don't know. It's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, and it's hard to do, too. And the pig doesn't like the lipstick a heck of a lot, but you do like the fact that they're battling down the stretch, still trying to put something on the board, even though this game is over.
By the way, how rude is that to the pig? Look at all the things they give us. Pulled pork, bacon. This will be taken very short.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in this Super Bowl. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Here we go.
Wentz now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll run with Scott. And very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
Go. 180. You better be afraid of me. Hey, kill. Hey, 4-toe kill. I'm bringing it to you. Check 59, Mike.
From just shy of midfield, Wentz. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Demarius Randall. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up second and 10.
Watch the screen. Out, out, out. Deuce right, Chief. White Monday down. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Check 9, check 9. Heavy. Slam. Shift. Watch switch.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it. But I think the Raiders are going to be able to hold on to it, yes.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Throwing on second and 8. Carr. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Fletcher Cox. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Watch Mike. I'm here.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get 17 back there, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Right there.
A gain of 17 yards. It's fourth down.
The clock showing 2 minutes even in what's been a memorable Super Bowl 54. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy. Oh, he'll field it in. I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Well, I'm not totally privy to what went on with their offensive meetings, but, Charles, something tells me that one wasn't in the plan.
Yeah, when we had our production meeting, they didn't exactly share that with us, but I'm pretty sure that on the play sheet, the run backwards into your own end zone play was not written down.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on second down. Carr. They go with a shuffle pass, and it's complete. Give him 6 on the play, and just like that, it's third down. They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6.
29.
Shotgun now for Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Aaron Lynch coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is brought in at the 21. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit 000. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have the dream scenario you hope for coming into the game. Just one kneel here, and this game should be over.
And it's always the final play of preparation each week. The practicing of the kneel-down formation, the victory formation. We've got a game in hand, and that's all they're going to want to do now. They'll put someone back deep just in case something goes haywire. But all in all, take the snap, kneel down, and shake hands. Yes. Get out of there.
And the Lombardi Trophy will rest in the city of brotherly love. The Philadelphia Eagles are the Super Bowl champs. And when this moment comes, I think you look back at all the blood, sweat, and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, 2, 3, all building up now to say you're a Super Bowl champion. It's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we have a team that hoists the Lombardi Trophy that didn't have their share of bumps along the way, didn't have to face some adversity in the journey, and now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.
And they end this year just how everybody wants to end the year, holding the Lombardi Trophy. What a season for them. What a ride it's been for us as well here in the booth. For Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We will see you next season right here on EA Sports.
Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad ain't pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see more pesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sauce, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100 minute bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist man, check the wrist man, got him hot. Ay, man can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, count it up. Ay, hundreds and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ay, she want it like me, cause her like she can't count on him. She try to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
Hey, we need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, bullet point to God.
Big numbers, 100
numbers. 100 million bag, that's a big number. Big numbers. Blue hunters. Whole team cop, that's a big number.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen.